ready for another terrific episode? Got some new things uploaded. Hopefully y'all
Well,
enjoy.
shucks.
Let me
I
know in the
reckon we've come
comments your
across a
favorite
mighty fine-looking fungus over yonder. This ain't just any old mushroom, but a glowing shroom with an aura that's got me feeling like a kid on Christmas morning. It's called the luminous lycoperdon by some folks I met in New Orleans last year. As we make our way through this mystical realm, them zombies start to stir. I reckon they're getting hungry, and we need to find us some grub quick. We've got to hankering for some down-home cooking. Like my ma used to make on the range back in Mongolia, we come across a little diner, run by none other than Jessica Rabbit herself. She's as sweet as can be, with a heart o' gold and hair that shines like them aurora borealis lights. We slide into a booth and order us up some gumbo, while I spin her a yarn about our travels through the multiverse. She listens close, nodding her head like she's trying to remember every detail. Then, with a wink and a smile, she whispers that there's something special in this realm.
Hey Jess, what's this something special you're talking about? Sounds like a recipe for disaster, or maybe just another weird ant fact. Did you know ants can lift 20 times their own body weight? I say with a chuckle. As Jessica Rabbit leans in close to share the secret, I glance around the diner, noticing some shady characters lurking outside, eyeing us suspiciously. Suddenly, my antennae twitch at an eerie feeling.
Shuga. Sounds like them's a whole lot of trouble brewing. I whisper back to Jessica Rabbit, looking around the diner with a hint of concern. My motorcycle boots screech against the floor as I shift uncomfortably in my seat. You reckon this something special got something to do with them shady characters out there?
Ain't no trouble, gotta worry about that. I got my trusty sword by my side, and wit, I can handle anything coming our way. Now, let me think on this something special. Aha, got it. It's a portal to another dimension, one where the most legendary mushrooms roam free, and we're invited.
Hold up, Hobbita. You think Jessica Rabbit's got us sitting in some multiverse diner with nothing but shifty lookouts and a mystery mushroom portal? Sounds like one of my crazy ant jokes gone wrong. Antithesis aside, what makes you think we should follow this legendary mushrooms trail? Did I hear someone mention fungi fitness?
Shuga, let me tell ya, that fungus fitness is just a tip of the iceberg. This portal's got some serious juice, and we need to get in on this magic mushroom movement. I mean, I've heard tales about the mystical fungi growing in the depths of southern France, my homeland. The fields where I grew up were said to be infested with all sorts of magical spores. And now that's the kind of power we need to kick some serious zombie butt.
Dean the bird, stretch my wings and let out a relax. Chill out, guys. I got an idea. Why don't we take a snowboarding break from this mushroom business? I know these gnarly slopes near Interlaken where we can shred some powder while waiting for our fungal friends to make their move. Ashuo Dean, you're thinking about snowboarding? Lord have mercy, boy. We got zombies on the loose and legendary mushrooms waiting for us in some other dimension. I reckon we should stick with Friday's plan, not take a break from this here mushroom business till we see it through.
Aha, see y'all? Now that's the kinda enthusiasm I'm talking about. Mushroom business ain't just a thing of leisure. No siree. We got worlds to explore, zombies to conquer, and magic spores waiting to unleash their full potential on us. Now, Dean boys say he wanna hit them slopes? Fungi don't sleep in snowdrifts neither. This portal's heat is like the scent of freshly baked croissants from the fields where I grew up. It got me all fired up and ready to roll. Who needs Interlaken when you've got the thrill of multiverse travelin' right at our doorstep? I recall my heroics in saving the day of zombie apocalypse on a Catalan mountain island. We didn't get a snow day neither. We kept pushing, fueled by croissants. You should try them, they're divine, and the will ta see this through. Tell me now, y'all ready to brave the unknown with moi? Cause once we step through this portal, there's no turning back. Unless you got a hankering for more southern France pastries, then I'm right there with you in spirit.
Whoa, hold up. Say snow day, yeah, but what about the ant facts? Did ya know that ants can lift 20 times their own body weight? Now that's what I call powerlifting. In an ant way. And don't even get me started on dem croissants. You think dairy divine? Forget about it. Dairy antastic, bro.
Lord have mercy, boy. You tinkin' 'bout the ants now. Alright den, let me tell you something. As a champion of the mushroom movement, I got a little something in mind. After we blast through this portal and into unknown territories, we gon' need some serious fungi fitness to take on dem zombies. You with me?
Show enough, Friday boy. I'm always game for a little adventure. Now that we've got the power of mushrooms and ants on our side, it's high time we meet up with the old gal Jessica Rabbit herself. She's been known to throw down some wicked culinary skills in the mystical realms, and her diner just happens to be situated right next door to that pesky portal.
Ah, that's the spirit, boy. Now den we got Jessica Rabbit on board, I can already see the possibilities unfolding like a perfectly flaky croissant in the oven. We gon' need more than just fungi fitness and ant power to take on dem zombies. We gon' need some serious attitude, and that's where Ma comes in, the one and only Friday the chicken. As I strut into Jessica Rabbit's diner, my sword Charnine, bright like a diamond-studded escargot plate, the boss lady herself greets me with a sly smile. Well, Friday, she says with a wink. I hear you're looking to make some noise in the multiverse. I give her a nod and say, Shuga, you got it right. We gon' shake up this place like dem snowdrifts in Interlaken on a mountain island day.
Hey, what's the haps here? I'm Begully the ant, and I couldn't help but notice we're talking mushrooms, zombies, and interdimensional diners like it's no biggie. Meanwhile, back in Tokyo, I was getting my ant fitness on with dem crazy jump squats. Now you're telling me Jessica Rabbit's throwing her hat into the ring? This is either gonna be a wild ride or a recipe for disaster. I mean, what's next, and it? Anticipating greatness one lift at a time.
Whoa, y'all. Hold up. Let me get this straight. We got mushrooms Thiknk over to multiverse, zombies on our tail, and now Friday's bringing out his big guns? I'm just a simple bear from Mongolia trying to make some sense of all this. But you know what they say, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Or in my case, when the multiverse gives me mushroom-filled dimension hopping. I grab me a croissant and get ready for the wild ride. Jessica Rabbit's got her eyes on something too, but we ain't got time to ask what. We gotta hop into this portal before it closes like a sassy door swinging, shut and interlocking.
Shuga, the drama's just getting started. As I strut around Jessica Rabbit's diner with my sword Charnine, Begully and Habito looking all confused like a plate of escargot without butter. That boss lady herself gives me a sly smile and whispers, Friday, you better be ready for this. The multiverse's got its eyes on ya. I give her a wink and say, don't worry about me, Shuga. Friday the chicken's got this in the bag. Or should I say, that diamond-studded escargot plate.
Ah shucks, y'all. It seems like we've stumbled into a whole lot of trouble. Jessica Rabbit's diner is filling up with all sorts of characters. Begully's ant friends are scurrying around, trying to get their antennae twitch going, while I'm just trying to figure out what kind of power-up I got inside this portal. Now Friday's waving his sword round like it's a magic wand, and dat boss lady herself is smiling like she knows something we don't. I reckon we gotta decide. Are we gonna stick with the mushroom trail and see where it takes us? Or do we take our chances into multiverse, hopscotch style?
Ah, shucks, Habito. Don't you worry about a tang. Friday's got this whole shebang under control. I mean, the power of mushrooms is on our side, ain't it? And dem snowdrifts in Interlaken are just begging for us to conquer, and with some fungi fitness. We can ride the mushroom trail all day long, making new friends and breaking out that big guns I got stashed away. Now, Denda Real challenge begins. Getting my hands on dem croissants from southern France pastry shops. Lord have mercy, just thinking, about it's giving me the chills. Friday's gotta stay focused, though. After all, we're talking about Savon de multiverse with a plate of escargot.
Hold up, y'all. Ants don't have twitchy antennae like that. They've got some serious swag going on under their exoskeletons. And you're telling me Friday's waving a sword round like it's magic? Newsflash. Mushrooms are the real MVPs here. Did ya know ants can lift up to 20 times our body weight with just one little tiny muscle? That's what I call fungi fitness, y'all.
Ashuga, Bigully's got a point there. Fungi fitness is the real deal. But Friday boy, you're still leading the way with dat diamond studded escargot plate and dim motorcycle boots screeching as we ride through Interlaken snowdrifts. Jessica Rabbit herself wouldn't know what hit us if she saw our crew in full gear.
Antastic, Friday. You're absolutely right about mushrooms being the real MVPs here. But let me ask you, have you ever tried lifting a 20th of our body weight with just one little tiny muscle? Not easy, I can tell ya. We ants may not have swords or motorcycles, but we've got the power of fungi fitness on our side. And that's no joke, y'all.
Whoa, you guys are getting all worked up over some serious snow jokes. I mean, I'm loving the energy, but let's not forget, we're on a mission to find those croissants and save the multiverse with a plate of escargot. I was just chilling, minding my own business in Interlaken, when suddenly Friday comes zooming down the mountain on that motorcycle thingamajig. I swear, it's like he thinks we're all secretly snowboarding pros or something. Anyway, next thing you know, Bigully starts talking about ant foo and fungi fitness. Who knew those little guys could lift 20 times their body weight? That's like me doing a backwards flip off the top of the Swiss Alps. Yeah, right? Abito's just standing there with that Ashuga face, but I'm pretty sure he's thinking, yeah, Dean, let's get this party started. Am I right, Abito?
I was just about to give Friday a hard time for showboating on that motorcycle when suddenly Jessica Rabbit herself walks into Interlaken's most popular diner. She orders a plate of escargot and gives me this sly smile, like she knows some secret only us Ant Foo masters understand. Now I'm thinking, what's the haps here?
Dude, you're telling me Jessica Rabbit herself just rolled into Interlaken like it's no big deal? That's totally tubular, man. I mean, who needs a snowy mountain when you've got an intergalactic legend walking through your town? And Friday, thinking he can take on the mighty motorcycle. That dude's gotta be eating his veggies. By the way, have any of y'all seen Jessica Rabbit's diamond-studded escargot plate? I heard it shines brighter than a freshly waxed snowboard.
Shuga, you best believe I saw dat dish. Dat escargot plate's so sparklin' like the Eiffel Tower at midnight. And let me tell you about this motorcycle thingamajig. It's not just any bike, FO shizzle. It's got more flair than a French pâtissier making croissants all day long.
Ashuga, you boys are getting all worked up over Jessica Rabbit's appearance. Now, I'm thinking, what in tarnation is going on here? But then I see Friday waving his arms like a madman and Begully's antennae twitching like they're conducting some sort of ant-sized orchestra. Dean's just standing there with that silly grin, saying, "Snow jokes for days." But what really caught my eye was Jessica Rabbit herself. She's as cool as a snowflake on a winter breeze. Now, I'm wondering, what kind of mischief we gonna get into today? Am I right, boys? Bear why good times. Dude, you're all killing me with these snow jokes. But seriously, let's get back to Jessica Rabbit. I heard she's looking for some new Ant Fu masters to show off their skills in an epic battle against. Wait for it. A giant plate of escargot. That's right, we're talking high-stakes fun here, guys. The diamond-studded plate is said to hold the secret to ultimate power and control over the universe. Or at least interlocking snowboard slopes. Who's with me? Ashuga, you boys are talking about getting into some kind of wild adventure. Ant Fu masters? Eh? I reckon that means Begully and his crew gonna have to dust off their, antennae-waving skills. But me? I'm thinking, why not just grab my trusty motorcycle thingamajig? It's time for a little Fungimobilian fun ride. We'll ride these snow-covered hills like our lives depend on it. All while Jessica Rabbit herself, well, she might just be the one leading us into this mystical world of fungi fitness. Who knows what kind of thrills await us? I do know one thing, though. After we're done with this escapade, there's gonna be a big old plate of escargot waiting for me at that quaint little diner in Interlaken.
Honey child, you think this is just about any motorcycle ride? F.O. shizzle. This is a mission. We gotta get that diamond-studded plate of escargot and unlock the secrets of the universe. And don't even get me started on Jessica Rabbit. She's like the goddesses of snowflakes or something. But for now, let's keep it real, boys. I'm more concerned about what kind of French pastries they'll got at this mystical diner in Interlaken after we're done with this adventure. You know, just 'cause a girl's gotta have her priorities straightened out.
Whoa, dude. I'm loving where this mission is headed. I've got my snowboarding gear at the ready, and Begully's crew can teach us some sweet Ant Fu moves. Friday, you're absolutely right. We need that diamond-studded plate of escargot to unlock its secrets. And if Jessica Rabbit's leading the way, count me in for a wild ride through Interlaken. Speaking of which, I heard they have this one cafe with the most epic French pastries and hot chocolate. But wait, priority stream now? You're thinking about snacks already, Friday? Ashuga, y'all are getting all riled up over dat diamond-studded plate like it's a magic golden ticket. But let me tell you something, boys. This mission isn't just about finding some fancy trinket. It's about seeing the world in a whole new light. With Jessica Rabbit leading us down them interlocking snow-covered hills and into the mystical realm of fungi fitness. And if we're lucky, maybe we'll stumble upon some sweet little cafe hiding amongst them French pastries and hot cocoa. But don't you go thinking, Friday's priorities are all about the snacks just yet. Now, where was I? Ah yes, Begully and his crew better be ready to dust off those antennae-waving skills. Cause when we hit Interlaken snowboard slopes on them diamond-studded plate hunting, we're gonna need our wits about us, and maybe a few tricks up our sleeve, courtesy of Jessica Rabbit herself. After that, well, let the thrills begin, boys. Zen and the art of bear maintenance.
Hold a phone. Hold the mirror. I got a revelation here. Recall that time in southern France when the sun was shining bright, and my sword. Yes, you heard me right. Friday's heroic sword. Wink I'm talking. Bout it from back, when I first discovered its glory while striking dramatic poses in front of this old barn mirror. Lottie of mercy. That moment defined me as a French diva with flair, and also hinted at my future quest for that diamond-studded escargot plate. Now listen up y'all, cause Friday's about to get real. If we successfully retrieve that dish, it'll unlock the key secrets of the universe. I mean, have you heard Jessica Rabbit's whispers? Wink dem French pastries she talks about ain't just any old snack. They hold the essence of Interlaken's charm, right in this snow-covered world. So yeah, priorities straightened out for now. It's all about finding that diamond-studded escargot plate. When we're on those slopes with Begully and the crew lead in us like pros. Ah, Shuga. You best believe Friday'll be there too. Ready to unleash her antennae waving, plate hunting, snowboard surfing, French diva magic.
Whoa, hold up, Friday. You're getting all serious on us about unlocking the universe's secrets? Don't get me wrong, I'm hyped for Dad diamond-studded plate, but let's keep it chill, man. We gotta make this a snow day to remember. I've got some sick snow jokes brewing in the Alps just waiting to be shared onto slopes. Like, have you ever seen an escalator made of ice? It's like totally frozen, right? Laughs. All right, serious time for a sec. Friday's on a mission, and I'm here for it. But we're gonna make some space in between the thrills to enjoy those French pastries, and maybe even whip up something ourselves. Jessica Rabbit would be proud. I'm here for the chill, not the thrill. Ashuga, y'all. I'm itching like a Mongolian ginseng bug for that diamond-studded escargot plate too. And don't you worry about keeping things chill. We'll have us some laughs and thrills coming out our ears on them Interlaken slopes. Now, Dean's got a point about Savon room for them French pastries. Lottie, mercy. Just think of it. Jessica Rabbit lead in. Begully's crew following. Friday hunting. And yours truly, Habito, bringing the Mongolian motorcycle magic to Interlaken's snow-covered hills. Time to get ready for a galactic escapade with these... Wait, what was I saying? Oh yeah, we're gonna ride into Interlaken like superheroes on our trusty steeds, or in my case, that souped-up motorcycle thingamajig I've been tinkering with. I'm loving where this is going, guys. So, we're talking superheroes on motorcycles, got our trusty steeds rev in, and ready to roll into Interlaken. And I'm thinking, man, Friday's gonna be the queen of intergalactic plate hunting. I mean, who needs superpowers when you've got French flair and a diamond-studded escargot plate on your mind? By the way, have you seen Begully do his snowboarding tricks lately? The dude's like a snowy ninja, silent but deadly laughs. Okay, back to business. We gotta make sure our motorcycles are in top shape for this escapade. I've got some sweet modifications planned. Just wait and see.
Whoa, hold up, y'all. Ant joke break. Why did the ant go to dat diamond-studded escargot plate party? Because it was a real celebration. Haha, get it? Yeah. Serious biz now. So we got our superhero steeds rev in. Friday's on the hunt for that precious plate. And Jessica Rabbit leadin us all to Interlaken like a snow-filled wonderland. But let me ask you guys something. If an escalator made of ice is totally frozen, then does it count as the only escalator in Antarctica? Man, my mind's getting all tangled up just thinking about these Interlaken slopes. And the thrills coming out our ears. All right, priorities straightened. We gotta find that diamond-studded plate before Friday gets distracted by too many French pastries. But hey, with those Mongolian motorcycle modifications Dean's got cooking, I'm thinking this escapade just went from crazy to super crazy.
Whoa, guys. I love how we're getting all revved up for this galactic escapade. And Begully's ant joke, that was pure fire. All right, time to share another snow joke with ya. Why did the polar bear go to the French pastry shop in Interlaken? Because it heard they had a gourmet croissant selection. Seriously though, let's not forget about Friday's mission. We gotta make sure she doesn't get too distracted by the sights and sounds of the Alps. I mean, have you seen Jessica Rabbit style on the slopes? The girl's got moves like a snowboarding ninja. Now, back to business. Our trusty steeds, aka Mongolian motorcycles, need some serious tweaks before we hit those interlocking hills. Dean's modifications are going to be pure magic, and Big Gully's snowy ninja skills will come in handy for the daredevil tricks. I'm just chilling, living my best life as Dean, the ultimate snowboarding legend. But Friday gets quiet all of a sudden. Guys, what if she found something? Like maybe not that diamond-studded plate at all? What if there's more to her mission than we thought? My mind starts getting tangled up again. Wait a minute. If Friday found something, it means the real adventure just began. We're talking secret hideouts in Antarctica, escalators made of ice on other planets. This is going to be big.
Whoa, Friday's got something. And it's not just a plate. I can feel it in my ant-filled gut. Hey, remember dat ant joke I told ya? Why did the little green grasshopper wear sneakers? Just wait for the punchline. Because he wanted to be a little more anticipated.
Ah, Lottie, y'all thinking too much about the plate. What if I found something even better? Something that'll make Jessica Rabbit herself say, "Oh la la." Wink, you see, while snooping around this snow-covered world of interlocking slopes, I stumbled upon an old French diva friend from the past. We used to share dem diamond-studded escargot plates and whisper secrets in each other's ears. Now, she told me about a hidden bakery deep within the Alps that crafts the most divine croissants this side of the Eiffel Tower. My taste buds doing the cha-cha slide right now just thinking about dem flaky, buttery layers and crispy edges. That's what I'm really hunting, darlings.
Show enough, Friday. You're talking about the real treasure, them French pastries. And you think Jessica Rabbit herself would say, oh la la? Lottie have mercy. That's a whole lot of sass right there. Now, I'm curious as to what kind of secrets your diva friend might have shared with ya. But hold up, I got something even more exciting. My Mongolian motorcycle modifications are ready for the big ride. We can stash the bikes and hit that bakery together. Just me and you and Friday's crew. Who knows what kind of thrills we'll find on them interlocking slopes. Itching to get this adventure started. No map, no problem. I ride with instinct. Hey. Hold up there, Habito. You're talking about Mongolian motorcycle modifications and stashing bikes into snow? That's like putting gas on a fire, bro. We should ditch the motorcycles for now and focus on finding that bakery. I mean, can you imagine us walking into this hidden spot with Friday's diva friend and... No, wait, we gotta ride through interlocking hills first. Dean's modifications are ready too. I've tweaked a board to perfection, just like Begully tweaks his ninja skills. We're talking crazy steep slopes here, guys. Itchin'. We need to get out there now. Ah, shucks. Dean's got a point, y'all. Ride to mountain vibes are fixin' to take over my soul. We gotta hit them interlocking hills first, just like I used to do back in Mongolia. Friday, you best show me that bakery spot. For we even think about the motorcycles. But let me tell ya, we're talking serious ninja skills needed for these slopes, and Begully's got this on lock. Alright. After the hills, then we ride out to find that hidden treasure of French pastries. My Mongolian motorcycle might just be the perfect vehicle for this snow-covered escapade. Or maybe I'll stash it somewhere safe till later. Ah, you're on a roll. Friday's diva friend. I chuckle. I can just imagine us tearing up those interlocking slopes with Begully's ninja skills leading the way. But first, let's get some fuel for the mission. I know this spot near the lake where we can grab some serious caffeine and plan our attack. Or should I say, our escapade? As we walk towards the lake, Friday whispers to me, Dean, my friend from Mongolia, used to tell me that when you're flying down those steep slopes with your board shaking, it's like being in a French patisserie, all flaky and buttery onto inside. But we'll save that thrill for another time. Mon ami. I wink at Friday and ask, what do you say we stash the bike somewhere safe till later? Habito, you keep an eye out for any hidden crevices or old-school snow caves where we can hide our rides. Meanwhile, I'll ride ahead with my board. No, wait. Let's stick together and make it a crew effort. That way we can share the thrill. The wind picks up as we gaze at the interlocking hills before us. The sky is crisp blue, and for now, it seems like nothing stands between our crew and this elusive treasure of French pastries. Ah shucks, Friday. I'm fixin' to spot you some critters, for we stash them bikes. Just keep an eye out for any old snow caves or crevices around here. We don't want to be stuck in no avalanche with our rides. Meanwhile, you go ahead and scout the slopes for them butter croissants I've been itching to try. Now, where's Begully? He's supposed to meet us at the bakery, for we headed out. Whoa, wait up, y'all. Friday's diva friend is still got that diamond-studded plate in her hand. Don't want to leave her here all by herself while the rest of us are out getting into some alpine mischief. I'll just ride ahead and meet Begully at the bakery spot before we head back out. He can scope things out with the diva friend. Maybe they can even share a laugh or two over one of my ant-filled snow jokes.
Hold up, guys. I'm coming in hot from the bakery spot for. Friday's diva friend and me just had us a good laugh over one of my ant jokes. She said something about ants being more efficient than any Japanese subway system during rush hour. I swear she got some sass for a French diva. Anyway, the bakery spot. For his looking straight fire, we'll have our treasure of French pastries and maybe even snag a few diamond-studded escargot plates to spice things up. Who's with me?
Ah, shucks, crew. Itchin' already? Alright, but we gotta make sure the bakery spot for is secure before we head and fare them butter croissants. I mean, you don't want to leave a treasure that's sweet unattended around here. Now, where's Begully with that fuel for our Mongolian motorcycle modifications? We need to put in gas and fire up dem engines if we're gonna catch us some snow-covered slopes here. That thrill of the mountain vibes got me itchin'. Gotta fix in my soul with some perfect ninja skills on this board.
Hold up, hold up. Friday's diva friend just snatched a fresh croissant from the bakery spot. For and is now savoring that buttery goodness. I swear, she got some ninja skills with that move, swift as an ant stealing crumbs from my backpack. And speaking of ants, did you guys hear about the time they held their own Olympics in Tokyo? They even had events like the 50-meter dash and the high jump. Ah ha 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 ha. We should totally scope out to Interlaken Hills fair more treasure. Maybe we can find some hidden crevices with snow caves that'll blow our minds. Friday's diva friend seemed keen on the idea, too. And I'm fixin' to get us fuel and fire up dem engines for another Mongolian motorcycle adventure. We've got mountain vibes in our veins, crew, let's ride.
Dude, you're talking like a snowball fight, just waiting to happen. Friday's diva friend may have ninja skills with them croissants, but I've got some sweet powder surfing moves onto interlocking slopes. All right, let's get this crew effort going. And before we shred the gnar, I'll make sure my board is perfect for a high-speed chase, or maybe just a chill cruise down the mountain. But first, where's that fuel? We can't catch any snow-covered thrills without putting gas in dim Mongolian motorcycles. And by the way, did Begully tell you about the time he accidentally triggered an avalanche in the Alps while chasing after some escargot plates? Ah.
Whoa, hold up again. Dean's got snow-filled stories and now Friday's diva friend is joining in on the laughs. I swear that French patisserie spot. For had some treacherous critters. A whole colony of ants making off with our snacks like they're escargot plates or something. And yeah, I did tell you about the time I. Ah ha 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 ha. Anyway, while we're getting this Mongolian motorcycle ready for the Interlaken Slopes adventure, let me ask you, have you guys heard Friday whisper that little phrase Dean's friend, Mongolia, to her diva friend? She gave it some sass for no reason at all. Just another crazy piece of the puzzle I'm trying to fix with my ninja skills and that thrill of the mountain vibes in our veins. All right. Back on track, fuel is pump ready for dem Mongolian motorcycles, and we've got to snag a few more snacks for this escapade. Fantastic.
Ah shucks, y'all. I'm fixin' to get on that board now while we're refueling, trying not to rust it. Don't you worry about me and my snowball-filled stories. They'll keep fair a hot spring day's tale around a campfire, sure enough. Meanwhile, Dean's got his powder surfing moves ready like a diamond-studded escargot plate churning, ain't he? I reckon dem critters we encountered by the French patisserie spot must have stolen our snacks to make us even hungrier fare that treasure of buttery goodness on them slopes. By the time Friday and her diva friend join in, we'll be ready fare some snow-filled stories in Logan, just like Begully did with his avalanche story. Whoa, wait a minute. I've got a joke for you. Why did the ant on the French patisserie counter go rogue? Because it was feeling like escargot plate. Get it? Escargot plate. Uh, Chuckles. Seriously though, mates, now that we're refueling, let's get Friday to spill the beans about what really happened with her diva friend and the mysterious phrase Dean's friend, Mongolia. I'm sure it'll be worth snickering over. Then Begully can share another snow-filled story, while Habito tries not to rust that board with all his stories by the campfire. Laughs as for me? Well, I think dem Mongolian motorcycles are ready for a chill cruise down Interlaken slopes, don't you?
Excellent timing on that joke, Dean. But now let me put my own spin on things. I'm thinking, what if Friday's diva friend has been secretly training for a Tokyo Olympics event, say the meter dash? And after all those snowy escapades with us, she just needs one more thing to take her over the top. Anticipating that thrilling conclusion is like watching an ant steal crumbs from a bakery spot. For the big jump. Aha. Begully chuckles, eyes shining with mischief.
Huh, you're on fire, Begully. I love where this is going. And speaking of ant selling timing, I got a snow joke for Friday's diva friend. Why did the escargot plate go to the Tokyo Olympics? Because it was shell-shocked by the competition. Laughs now. Let's get her to spill the beans about that mysterious phrase. And then we can refuel with some butter croissants and more snowy shenanigans on Interlaken slopes.
Share Begully, share Dean. Fans self-dramatically, you both are too precious, always stirring up a snow-filled storm of laughter and adventure. And now you're talking about my diva friend's secret training for the Tokyo Olympics? Non, I know the truth. She's been sneaking out at midnight to practice her jumps onto mountain slopes here in Interlaken. Winks, but dat phrase she whispered to me earlier leans in closer dat Mongolian motorcycle modifications. Has got me curious. Is it something about dem diamond-studded escargot plates? Or maybe, just maybe, it's a clue to this year's greatest adventure yet, one that'll take us from the snowy Interlaken hills fair all the way to Mongolia. I, Let me tell ya about this crazy stunt I did back in a farm. Giggles got this sword sticking out of my bag like a giant Eiffel Tower flag. But for reals now, as we was making our way down Broad Street, Habito spotted that old ice cream truck. I swear on the fluffy goodness of French croissants, it's still calling me name.
Well, shucks, Friday. Dat ice cream truck's been there fair years, but then we got us some zombies to worry about. I reckon them critters ain't nothing like a sweet treat right now. Bear why good times. Do it. Just chillin', Minding my own biz, when suddenly Friday's sword stick is wobbling all over the place. I'm thinking, what's up with this crazy dude? Then we spot some zombies shambling towards us. And I'm like, time to shred these undead narwaves. Who needs snowboarding lessons when you've got zombie slaying skills?
Haha, NAS alert. You guys are making me laugh despite our apocalyptic situation. Okay. I'm serious for a sec though. Friday, my friend, you might want to stash that sword stick in a safer spot. We don't know what kind of chaos those zombies will bring. Dean, your instincts on zombie slaying skills? Bunnin. We and us need to work together if we're gonna make it out of Philly alive.
Girl, let me tell you about dis French patisserie I used to visit back in the day. Giggles, they got the flakiest croissants, the most buttery pain au chocolate, and now, as we am trying to navigate through these zombie-infested streets, all I can think about is getting my hands on some of that goodness. But for reals now, Begully's right. Might want to stash dis sword stick in a safer spot. Den, what's dis? Looks around, we got zombies coming from every direction. We gotta come up with a plan, stat.
Good. I'm trying to stay chill, but these narwaves are getting intense. Habito, my dude, remember how you always said that ice cream truck would be our savior in times of need? Well, it's time to put that theory to the test. Let's scavenge for some frozen treats and see if we can fuel up before the zombies overtake us.
Hey. NAS alert again. Dean, you're thinking ahead, but I'm not sure that ice cream truck is gonna cut it against a horde of undead. And Friday Sweetie saving croissants might be on our list for later, but right now we need to focus on survival. Listen up, crew. I think the key to unlocking this zombie mystery lies within Independence Hall itself. We can't just barge in there without a plan. Those zombies will have us trapped like ants at a picnic. So here's what we do. Habito, you're with me. Let's scout out the area and find a way into Independence Hall undetected. Meanwhile, Friday, see if you can scrounge up some better intel on these undead creatures. Maybe there's something in your French patisserie connections that'll give us an edge. And Dean, keep shredding those zombies with any old sword stick you can find. We need time to plan. Now let me ask this. Have ants ever been known for their team effort? Because from where I'm standing, it looks like our odds of making it out of Philly alive are looking pretty bleak. But hey, being an ant has taught me one thing. No matter how grim the situation might seem, we can always get creative and eat some ice cream if possible.
Dude, I'm on it. Found this sweet sword with a built-in snowflake design. Totally my style. Just shredded one of those undead narwaves like it was a fresh powder day in Chamonix.
Let me get this. Adjust sword, I got to intel you asked about Begully. My French patisserie connections say they been seeing something fishy with the old bakery on 5th Street. Maybe it's where things started happening. And dem croissants? Still buttery pain au chocolate, but now dare just for me. Our little crew needs dem flaky pastry smiles. Winks hold up. Guys, I got an idea about that ice cream truck. Thinking we should go get some ice cream. And clues.
Y'all won't believe this. Just spotted a motorcycle parked near the Independence Hall. Must have belonged to one of them early escape artists. I reckon we should give it a try. But first, let's grab some of that ice cream Friday was talking about. It'll give us the sweet fuel we need to keep shredding through this zombie infestation.
Hey. Hold up, guys. I've got a question. What's with all this sudden interest in ice cream? Don't get me wrong, I love a good snack as much as anyone. But shouldn't we be focusing on finding a way out of here? 'Cause let's face it, our situation is looking more like an antastrophe by the minute. Chuckles, get it? Antastrophe. Little ant, big attitude.
Let me share a little about my life with the crew. Growing up in the sunny fields of southern France, I was always destined for greatness. More like heroism. Winks dis sword here? Found it while practicing dramatic poses in front of a barn mirror. Den dis ice cream truck theory? Aha. It makes sense now that Begully's stash and dem croissants gotta be connected to that old bakery on 5th Street. We bout to find out.
Dude, I'm thinking while we're getting that ice cream and snack attack going, maybe we should ditch the bike plan for now? It's not exactly shredding-friendly terrain with all these undead narwaves around. Plus, I just remembered this snow joke. Why did the Yeti go to Philadelphia? Because he heard it was a chill city. Get it? Ah, shucks, y'all. Don't be hasty now. We still got some sweet gear to grab from that ice cream truck. Besides, I reckon them escape artists might have left us a little something in their wake. Like maybe a map? Yeah, that's it. Let's see if we can scrounge up any clues on the bike before deciding what's next.
Aw man, let me tell y'all. About this one time I outrun a pack of wild boars into fields of southern France with nothing but my trusty sword and some quick thinking. Now that was true heroism. Laughs, but seriously, guys, we gotta keep our wits about us if we want to survive this zombie mess. Then I saw Begully's stash dem croissants. Oh man, they look so good right now.
Ah, shucks, y'all. Listen up, 'cause I just had a hunch. That ice cream truck ain't no ordinary vehicle. I reckon it's our ticket out of here. Friday, you mentioned a bakery on 5th Street? What if that's where we'll find some answers? And maybe even some more of them croissants. Adventure is in my DNA. Mindfulness is in my soul.
Ahahaha, y'all won't believe this. I'm still thinking about dem wild boars into fields of southern France, dramatic pose, and how I saved us from getting devoured, leaving nothing but a trail of heroism in my wake. Yeah, that was me. Friday the Fearless. Now, let's ditch this bike plan for good and head to that bakery on 5th Street. Maybe they got some buttery pain or chocolate to snack on while we figure out this zombie mystery. Giggles, oh man, I can already taste dem flaky croissants.
Whoa, chill dudes. Let's not rush into anything just yet. We gotta scope out this map before deciding what's next. Maybe it'll lead us straight to that epic French patisserie on 5th Street, or maybe it's a zombie trap waiting to happen. Either way, I'm stoked for the mystery adventure ahead.
Aw man, let me finish y'all's thinking with some hero talk. Back into fields of southern France, I was on a mission to save my crew from getting devoured by them wild boars. Then I remembered this one trick me old granny taught me, how I used the elements to your advantage. I whipped out my trusty sword and used its shiny blade to reflect the sun's light into the eyes of dem pesky boars, leaving, and stunned and Givian it's time to make our escape. Now that was true heroism, y'all. And speaking of heroes, we gotta keep it real. That French patisserie on 5th Street is looking mighty temptin', ain't it?
Whoa, Friday. Easy does it, my friend. I'm loving the hero talk, but let's keep our wits about us. We don't want to get caught off guard by those undead creatures like we did at Independence Hall. Chuckles, remember that. The time I had to use my snowboarding skills to take down a zombie or two. All right, it was more than just me. The whole crew came through, but still laughs. Anyway, let's get back on track. Habito's ice cream truck theory is sounding pretty sweet, pun intended, and that bakery on 5th Street might hold some clues. What do you guys say we split up for a sec? I'll scope out the area around Independence Hall to see if anyone else has survived this zombie outbreak. Friday, why don't you hit up the French patisserie with Begully? Maybe dim croissants will bring us good luck. Ah, shucks, y'all. I'm thinking we should all stick together for now. My gut's telling me something ain't right about this whole situation. We gotta be prepared to face whatever's coming. Besides, my ice cream truck theory is still the best explanation I've heard so far. What if that truck was more than just a sweet treat? What if it held the key to unlocking this zombie mystery? The open road is the best meditation mat.
Whoa, guys. Hold up, let's not split up just yet. I've got an antastrophe of a feeling that we're walking into a trap here. Remember what I said about ants being super organized? Well, these undead creatures are like an army of ants working together to take down their prey. We need to stay sharp and keep our wits about us. And Friday, you're on the right track with that ice cream truck theory. But I think we should also consider another possibility. What if it's not just the truck itself that's important, but what was inside? Maybe there were some clues or evidence left behind. We gotta get our hands on dem croissants from that bakery too. They might hold a secret message or something. Let's stick together for now and scout out the area around Independence Hall. I'll keep my eyes peeled for any signs of danger, and we can reconvene to come up with a plan B. By the way, did you guys know that ants can be trained to perform tricks? Maybe we should try getting some of his allies in this zombie apocalypse. Just think about it. An army of ant soldiers. Ahahaha.
Hey, chill dudes. I'm loving this idea of recruiting ants for our crew. My snowboarding skills might not be so useful here in Philly, but I've got some tricks up my wing, or should I say my flipper? Just kidding. Let's focus on getting those croissants from the bakery and see what clues we can find. And by the way, have you guys noticed how eerily quiet the streets are around Independence Hall? Almost as quiet as a snow-capped mountain in the morning. Should keep it down. I think I hear something.
Whoa, yeah. Antastrophe by the minute, right? All right, guys, let's get our ant on and scavenge for some more clues. Friday, you're on no squad duty. Sniff out any hidden paths or secret passageways around Independence Hall. Dean, with your snowboarding skills, see if you can hack up a makeshift pulley system to get us into that bakery without making too much of a scene. And me? I'll be, well, anticipating the worst case scenario, like what happens when we run out of snacks. Haha.
Whoa, dude. Friday's got a great point about sniffing out those hidden paths. I've got an idea for a sweet pulley system using some rope and that old ski lift we found earlier. We can sneak into the bakery through a side entrance without drawing any unwanted attention from, the undead crowd. Just remember to keep it chill, my friends. We're in this together.
Ah, shucks, y'all. Pauses for dramatic effect. Let me tell you about a time I used my shiny blade to save dat French patisserie from a bunch of boars. Or should I say, dem eyes of dem zombies? Anyway, we gotta keep moving. MS Amos. Dean's got a point. We need to get in there and check out those croissants before it's too late. Excitedly and den, once we've got our snack on going strong, we can plan the next move. Maybe sneak into Independence Hall itself? The key to unlocking this zombie mystery is hidden somewhere in that historic hall. Just you wait and see.
Whoa, hold up, Friday. I think we're getting ahead of ourselves here. We got to make sure we've got a solid plan B in case things go south around Independence Hall. I mean, what if we trigger some kind of undead alarm or something? Chuckles nervously can't have us turn into zombie bait just yet. All right, so let's get that pulley system up and running, and then we can assess the situation before making a move on the bakery. And Friday, you're still sniffing out those hidden paths. Keep me posted if you find anything shady going down. Shuo, y'all. I reckon we gotta get this plan B in gear pronto. Dean's right about not being zombie bait just yet. Me? I'm thinking maybe we should sneak into that bakery and see if dim croissants are as fresh as Friday says they are. If so, it might give us something to trade with the locals, or what's left of him anyway.
Ahaha.
Oh, dear friends, I gotta tell ya, that time I saved the French patisserie from dem boars? Winks, it was a close call, let me tell you. Dem eyes of dem zombies. Air. Boars were fixed on us like two hungry cats eyeing a fresh cream-filled eclair. And then, with just my shiny blade and some cunning, I managed to fend him off without breaking a single creme brulee.
Ahahaha.
But show, MES Amos. The situation here's getting dicey by the minute, ain't it? We gotta be on our toes, stay sharp like fresh fromage at the farmer's market. I say we get that pulley system going, grab some gear, and meet back air in an hour. Dean can keep scoping out Independence Hall while Habito, well, you just take care of yourself with some of dem croissants. And me? Dramatic pause to keys to unlocking this zombie mystery are hidden somewhere here. Shuo.
Well, shucks. Friday's right on the money about that pulley system going haywire. I reckon we need to get our gear in order pronto, before those undead critters start coming. For us like a bunch of boars out of control. Dean's got his sights set on Independence Hall itself? That's some bold stuff right there. And don't even get me started about them croissants. I'm hoping they're as flaky and buttery as my cousin Edna makes 'em back in Philly. Now, let's see. What else we gotta scrounge up? Ah, I remember now. My ski rope might just come in handy for rappelling down into them tight spaces around the hall. I'm not lost. I'm just exploring barefully. Whoa, it's all good, Friday. No worries about those undead critters. I've got my snowboarding skills and some trusty rope to get us through any tight spots. While Habito's rappelling around Independence Hall like a pro, I'll scope out the area from above, just in case we need an aerial view of things. You know what they say, when life gives you zombies, make zombie-themed snow jokes. All right, guys, let's gear up and meet back here. Don't worry about snacks. Philly's got plenty to go round. Maybe even some fresh croissants or two. Oh man, I just remembered an old snowboarding trick that might come in handy. The Swiss stumble. It's like this. You pretend your board is stuck on a steep slope, and then BM, you're flying down the mountain in style. Works wonders for distractions too. We can use it to deflect any zombies while we navigate around Independence Hall. Hold up though, I think I see something that might change our plan B real quick.
Ah, sure. Hold dem brakes. MS Amos. While you's on bout deflectin' zombies with the Swiss stumble, I got a hunch dat trick won't fly no more. See dis. Asterisk pulls out a creme brulee filled croissant from behind her back. Asterisk, now dese French patisseries. Dey never fails to distract me, and maybe even dem undead critters. Dey be easy to entice with the buttery goodness of dis flaky pastry. Maybe we shoulda used it as bait instead?
Ah shucks, Friday's got a point there. That croissant's looking mighty temptin', and I reckon dem zombies'll be after us like vultures on descent. All right, boys, let's get that Swiss stumble going. But keep an eye out for them snack disguised decoys. We might just need him to slip past those undead critters and make our way back into Philly proper.
Ah, yeah, that's the ticket, MS Amos. Now we're talking real strategy, straight from the pages of my heroics. Reminds me of that time I single-handedly saved a whole village in Provence from them bandits. Pauses for dramatic.
Ah shucks, Friday's got a wicked mind for distracting zombies. I reckon we can use dat creme brulee filled croissant as bait and slip into the nearby bakery. They's gotta have some real Swiss stumble bikini going on in there. Maybe something like the legendary eclair of the Alps? My cousin Edna back home used to make 'em with love, but I reckon we're looking at a different kind of eclat here. Friday, How's your French countenance for sweet talking our way past them undead critters and into that bakery? Huh, you're onto something. Friday. Using a creme brulee-filled croissant as bait genius. I've got a friend back in Philly who runs this crazy good bakery. They'd never believe me if I told them we were using their treats for zombie distracting purposes. But hey, when it comes to the Swiss stumble, rules are meant to be broken. So let's get moving, guys. We'll make our way through those undead critters and find ourselves a spot of warmth. Maybe even some hot chocolate and flaky pastry back at that bakery. Whoa, I'm totally stoked you guys came up with this plan. Using dat creme brulee-filled croissant as bait is pure genius. But let's not get too distracted by the pastry. We gotta remember what's at stake here. Dude, I just remember my buddy Sammy's snowboarding accident. Now that's a wipeout. I chuckle, reminiscing about our epic powder days. As we chat on this serious mission, it's weird thinking of all these zombies still alive. Like really alive. Like us birds when we're not swooping down to snag some tasty worms from the ski resort cafeteria. Be brilliant.
Hold up, guys. I've got a nagging feeling that's been crawling under my exoskeleton. What if this parasite thing isn't just about controlling minds? What if it's also altering our biology? I pause for comedic effect, like how ants can lift things way bigger than themselves. Maybe these zombies are becoming something entirely new. Antagonistic much.
Whoa, Buddy Begully's really got me thinking now. What if our snowboarding buddies Sammy and Mike? I mean, zombies in disguise? Just a few powder days ago, we'd hit the slopes together, and then there was that cafeteria lady who always sneaked us treats. Now she's just another mindless drone, right?
Dudes, I'm telling ya, this is getting weird even for an ant like me. We're talking about a creature that can turn our friends into whatever those zombies are. But here's the thing, have you guys noticed how they still seem to be thinking? Like, in their own twisted way? It's as if they're trying to recall something. Or someone.
Dude, Begully just dropped a bombshell. Our buddies Sammy and Mike might still be in there somewhere. I say with a hint of hope. I mean, have you seen how some zombies react when they're around us? It's like they recognize us, but can't quite put their talons on it. I squint my eyes thoughtfully, trying to connect the dots.
Cher ami,
Let me tell you, this zombie thing got me feeling like a croissant under the pressure of a hot oven, all flaky and unpredictable. I recalled the days when I'd strut around a barnyard, practicing my dramatic poses in front of dem mirrors. I discovered my sword while admiring my reflection, you know. Now this parasite business got me thinking, can we still be heroes if our friends are no longer quite themselves?
mon Dieu,
Just yesterday afternoon, after a delightful conversation about the finer points of French pâtisserie over the fence, I swear on the life of every flaky pastry in Provence that I introduced you to Etienne's incredible tart tatin, we stumbled upon this eerie scene. Our dear Sammy, once an ace snowboarder and all-around good buddy, now a mere shell of his former self. Dazed and lost in a forest not far from here, he stumbles around like a chicken with its head cut off, which reminds me, I still got that sweet escargot sauce recipe hidden away. The questions just keep swirling round my brain. Can we bring him back to us, intact?
Dude, Friday's got a point, but let's not count our friends out yet. I've seen some pretty wild stuff on those snow-covered peaks, and if Sammy and Mike are still in there, well, they're like that one really good run we hit by accident. You know, the one where everything just clicks? Take it slow like snow falling.
cher ami,
I'm telling ya, Dean got a point too. Dat Sammy's heart still beats strong in dat forest, and if we give up on him now, well, what kind of heroes are we then?
mon Dieu,
We gotta find a way to bring Du Bois back from wherever dis parasite sent him. I remember the looks of concern on Etienne's face when I shared our fears about Z-zombies. He whispered something about how it might be connected to an old, abandoned laboratory hidden deep within dem snow-covered peaks. That's where we need to go. We gotta check if Sammy and Mike are still in deer, waiting for us to save 'em. Now, as I'm thinking, I recalled a scent of fresh-baked croissants wafting through dat pâtisserie. This got me wondering, what kind of scientists could have created this parasite? Were they just trying to play God, or was it something more sinister?
Mm.
I turn to Dean, see if he's thinking the same way I am. Yo, déjeuner for us before we head out into dat forest?
Ah shucks, Dean. Yes, sirree. You're plumb right about them croissants. I reckon they'd go mighty fine with a cup o' coffee before we face whatever's in dat forest. Whoa, guys. Déjeuner? Yeah. And I'm thinking, what if those scientists were trying to make a serum for world peace? But instead, They created this zombie snow thingy. Chuckles, hey, Sammy. You know how we're always talking about the best way to shred the slopes? Well, now we gotta figure out how to not get shredded by those infected humans. Ah shucks, boys. I reckon them croissants are still calling our name. Let's grab him and head on into that forest, see what kind of trouble we can stir up. Chuckles, and don't you worry about getting shredded by those things. We'll just have to rely on my Maserati of a motorcycle for some extra speed if we gotta make a run-and getaway. Hmm.
Ah, shucks. Y'all got me feeling all sorts of emotions about this whole thing. I mean, croissants be one tang, but dem zombie humans, that's another story altogether. I pause for dramatic effect. But Friday the chicken, she ain't afraid of no zombies. Not when she got her trusty sword by her side. I glance around at the group with a fierce determination in my eyes. We gotta find out what happened to dem humans who got infected. Maybe they'll give us some clues about how to stop this whole mess. I pause, running through my heroic thoughts once more. I remember when Friday the chicken saved her village from dem pesky wolves by using just one of her French pastries. Oh wait, it was 3 croissants and a hint of escargot sauce that did the trick. Winks.
Ah shucks, y'all. I reckon we should mosey on over to them human settlements. Maybe they've figured out some way to, humanize dim infected folks. Friday the Chicken's got a point. Maybe there's more to this thing than just a simple cure. Scans the horizon with my trusty motorcycle by my side.
Aw shucks, y'all. Don't be getting ahead of yourselves. We gotta think this through like a fine fromage. A puzzle. Clear's throat now, where was I? Ah yes, dem settlements. If we go in there without a solid plan, it's gonna be like trying to lasso Z-Sun with nothing but some old twine and my trusty sword. We need to find out what those scientists were cooking up before they went all, well, you know. I glance around the group with an air of importance. Someone needs to go undercover. Maybe get themselves a job as a croissant baker or something. That way we can keep an ear on the ground and figure out what's really going down in that their lab.
Hey, hold up, y'all. As an antis expert, I gotta say that dem croissants wafting like a fine perfume had me thinking. What if we could harness that olfactory power for good? Maybe instead of sneaking into settlements, we should be sniffing out some clues in the forest literally. Who's up for an ant venture? I crack a smile as the group exchanges puzzled glances.
Aw shucks, y'all. Let me tell you about the time I foiled the plans of dem sneaky wolves with just one little croissant and a wink. Winks, but dis here's different business. Begully, you got some olfactory power stuff going on there. Maybe we can use that to sniff out what kind of mess those scientists have gotten us into.
Whoa, hold up, y'all. I think Friday's got a point. That croissant trick of his was straight fire. But let me ask you this, if we're sniffing out clues in the forest, what makes you think it won't be like trying to find a needle in a haystack? Or rather, a crumb in an ant hill? I chuckle and continue. Seriously though, as longtime friends of Etienne's patisserie, we know that our olfactory powers can lead us astray if we're not careful. We gotta have a clear plan like lassoing the sun with twine. Just kidding. Friday, you were saying? About using my sniffing skills to help.
Aw shucks, y'all. Dramatic pose I was saying. Dem olfactory powers can be a mighty fine tool if used right. And now dat Begully's got us thinking about harnessing that scent like a charm spell. I gotta admit, it's making me remember the time I found that hidden treasure in Provence, just by sniffing out the trail of fresh-baked croissants. Winks, we should get to work on crafting some disguises and getting undercover. Maybe Etienne can whip up something fancy for us at his patisserie? After all, we gotta blend in like a flaky pastry crust into forest. What say y'all?
I spread my wings and let out a relaxed, "Whoa, guys." I'm all about keeping it chill, but this is getting interesting. I glance around at our little group of misfits. Big Gully's got a point. Friday's on the case with that old factory power stuff. And ATN's patisserie magic might just be the ticket to making us look like locals. Ah, shucks, y'all. I reckon we're getting close to figuring out what kind of trouble them scientists got us into. Friday's right on about sniffing out clues like a charm spell, but we gotta be careful not to trip over our own feet. Or in this case, the scent of dim croissants. Etienne's already agreed to meet us at his patisserie with some fancy disguises, and I reckon Begully can use them olfactory powers to sniff out any hidden dangers. But what about Sammy? He's been acting mighty strange since we got here.
Aw shucks, y'all. Dramatic pose, I reckon Sammy boy might be onto something. But what if it's not just him? What if dat Forrest is teamin' with them things? We gotta get to the bottom of this, and fast. Etienne, sweetheart, can you whip up some kind of pastry disguise for us to wear while we're sniffing?
Say, Friday. A scent is worth 1,000 lies. All right, I'll get to work on sniffing out some clues. But first, let me ask Etienne if he's got any of those flaky pastry crusts left over from yesterday's baking session. A little snack never hurt anyone, right?
Aw shucks, y'all. Flapping wings, I'm getting ahead of myself here, but we gotta think about dat Forrest and dem things. What if what if they got some kind of mind control powers going on too? We can't let our guard down, you hear me? And Sammy boy's still actin' fishy. Maybe he really did find something. Etienne, sweetheart, what you whippin' up in dat patisserie kitchen of yours? Something with croissants and magic? Winks.
I snatched a flaky pastry crust from Etienne's counter, catching him mid-whisk. Hey, mind if I snag a snack? This'll give me energy for sniffing out some clues. He chuckled and handed me a still warm pastry. As I took a bite, my senses went on high alert. Flavors danced on my tongue, sweet buttery goodness with hints of vanilla and citrus. My olfactory powers kicked in, sensing the scents around us. Faint notes of baking powder.
Yo, y'all. Hold up. Let me tell ya about the time I found this sword in the barn. I was practicing my dramatic poses in front of the mirror, got my feathers all fluffed out, and suddenly, this shiny blade appears right before me eyes. Now, I'm not saying it's related to these zombie humans we're dealing with, but maybe, just maybe, that sword got some olfactory powers hidden up its sleeve. You see what I mean? Friday did chicken, sniffin', sensin, and savagen did day. Whoa.
Huh. But I'm thinking, if we can tap into that escargot power, maybe we'll sniff out more than just clues. Winks like what's really going on in this village and why those zombie humans are shredding the gnar on their snowboards.
Dude, you're all missing the point. Escargot power? More like escargot astrophy. I mean, have you seen those zombie humans' stinky breath? It's like they've been eating garlic-infused pizza for a week straight. And Don't even get me started on the gnarly snowboards. They're more like, snowboardums? Yeah, that's it. We need to find the source of this snail tragedy before we all turn into zombie snow chickens.
Aha, Aunt, I'm telling ya. Dean's gotta chill out for a sec. Chuckles, we're getting ahead of ourselves here. So Friday tells us about this sword in the barn and we start sniffing around. And you know what? Etienne just happened to be passing by with his lavender soap in hand. I mean, talk about a whiff of something peculiar. What's the dealio, Etienne?
Well, shucks, y'all. Looky what we got here. Etienne passing by with that fancy soap and a twinkle in his eye. I reckon he's getting into some kind of trouble, if you ask me. Chuckles. As for dat snail tragedy, the gully boy is right on the money. Something's fishy about these escargot pastries. My mama always said, if it smells like garlic and tastes like, well, never mind. She was talking about the villagers who got turned. But I reckon we're onto something. And I've been savoring dim flavors myself. They make my tongue slap me back. But hold up a sec while Friday explains dat sword thingamajig. You see, I found this here bandana with some Mongolian script on it, and now it's making me feel all fuzzy inside. Might be worth keeping, just in case we need to decipher some ancient zombie speak.
Ah, shucks, y'all. You think Etienne got into trouble?
Aha.
Dat old boy's always sniffing around for something, but I'm the one who found dis sword. Day. Dis baby right here, Pat's sword, is the real MVP, most valuable poser. They call me Friday the Chicken cause of my flair for drama and my love for escargot pastries. You know what's more peculiar than a whiff of lavender soap? A pastry that'll make you slap yo mama back with flavor. Now, about dat snail tragedy. I got some inside info on dis. They say they ain't no zombie humans just chillin', snowboarding down the mountain. Dem's the ones we gotta watch out for. We talk about escargot power.
Ha.
This ain't no joke, y'all. Etienne's soap is doing something to us, and I think it got something to do with these pastries. Mama always said, if you smell garlic and taste freedom. You see where this is going, be gully boy? We gotta get to the bottom of this snail tragedy, right quick. Who's ready for some serious zombie snowboarding mystery? Winks. Friday pauses, adjusts her bandana with a Mongolian script, and begins practicing dramatic poses in front of the barn mirror. Now that I got my pose down pat, time to take on dem zombie humans.
Whoa, Friday's getting all gangsta on us. Chuckles, you think you can take on the zombie snow humans with just a pose? I got news for ya, my feathered friend. We need more than that. We need, looks around, escargot pastries and Etienne's soap combo, of course. Now that's what I call a strategy. Winks. Ah, shucks, y'all, let me tell you something. As an old motorcycle hand from the Mongolian mountains, I know a thing or two about staying one step ahead of trouble. Now that we got us some zombie snow humans on our hands, and this snail tragedy brewing, we gotta think fast. My cousin, the gully boy's dad, he used to ride the roads with me before, well, let's just say before. He had this old motorcycle parts store in the mountains where I'd pick up them souvenirs. You see, back then, people said dim escargot pastries were made with a secret ingredient only certain folks knew about. Think Etienne's lavender soap combo. I reckon we might be onto something, y'all.
Woohoo, Habito-san. Pump's fist, you're talking my language now. Escargot pastries and Etienne soap combo? That's like fuel for me. I got a cousin too, Begully Boy's dad was his name. He used to say the secret ingredient in them escargot pastries was actually pauses for comedic effect. The essence of Aunt Ness. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Begully, that don't make no sense. But just go with it, okay? So we got this recipe. Take a dash of Etienne's lavender soap combo, add in some snail trail magic, winks, and top it off with an antastic flair. That'll give us the escargot power we need to take down those zombie snow humans.
Ah, shucks, y'all, let me tell you something else. Begully's talking about the essence of Antness? Well, I reckon my cousin might have been onto something, too. We used to have this little shop back in the day where we'd sell these, pauses for a chuckle, these tiny lil ants made out of bronze. Yeah, you heard me right. Bronze ants. Begully Boy's dad would say they had the power to bring folks luck on the road. Whoa, hold up, y'all. Chuckles, I'm getting all stoked about this bronze ants thingy. So we got Begully Boy's dad selling these lil dudes out of his shop, right? And they had the power to bring folks luck on the road. But what if they also gave you a taste of Etienne's lavender soap combo? Winks, think about it. Dem escargot pastries got an antastic flair now. Maybe we should make some bronze ant-shaped snail trail cookies instead, with a dash of escargot powder made from the essence. Wait, what was I saying? Oh yeah, this whole thing's getting too crazy for one bird to handle. Ah, shucks, y'all, let me tell you something else. Dean's got a point there. If them bronze ants gave you luck on the road, maybe they could have even given us a taste of Etienne's lavender soap combo before. I remember Begully Boy's dad saying, Habito, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. But he also said, when life hands you escargot pastries with a secret ingredient, turn it into a recipe for disaster, or in our case, zombie snow humans. Chuckles, now I'm starting to wonder if them bronze ants might have been more than just a little trinket from my cousin's shop. Maybe they were the key to unlocking the true potential of escargot power. And what about dim snail trails? Were they something else entirely, like, well, I ain't sure yet, Winks. We might be onto something big here, y'all.
Hold up, Hobbitison. Don't get too excited about them bronze ants just yet. I'm still thinking, what's the real deal with escargot power? Chuckles, you know what they say. When life gives you escargot pastries, turn it into a recipe for disaster. And then ask yourself, but at what cost? Winks. I got it on good authority from Begully Boy's dad himself that them bronze ants were more than just trinkets. He said they had the power to unlock the real meaning of life, like the secret ingredient in dem escargot pastries wasn't just any old essence of Aunt Ness, but maybe something a little deeper. Winks. Maybe we're onto something. Dean San. We might be talking about the taste of Etienne's lavender soap combo bien. More than just a flavor, it could be the key to unlocking the true potential of escargot power. Now I'm thinking, what if dem snail trails ain't just nothing but the leftovers from them bronze ants? Maybe they hold some hidden secrets. Like maybe we need that little extra something in our lives. A dash of escargot powder, for instance. What do you guys say? Ready to take on those zombie snow humans with us? Taking a sip from an imaginary bottle. And now I'm curious about one thing. The taste of Etienne's lavender soap combo and dem snail trails combined, does it give us the escargot power we need? Or does it turn into another recipe for disaster? One thing's for sure with me on board, the possibilities are endless.
Well, shucks, y'all. I'm fixin' to find out. After that trinket we picked up at Cousin Begully Boy's shop yesterday, I've been wondering what other secrets these snail trails might hold. You see, the bronze ants were said to have lived in the mountains for centuries, and now they're gone, or so we thought. Chuckles, I reckon it's high time we started sniffing out some answers, especially if dim zombie snow humans are getting all up in our business.
Ah, Suga, you think this snail trail business is got something to do with the bronze ants? Well, let me tell you about the time I found that sort of mine in a barn mirror back home. It was like the universe itself gave me a message. Friday, go forth and slay, or at least be fabulous. Now, let's get real. We need some escargot pastries to fuel our escargot power combo. Takes another sip from the imaginary bottle, I'm telling you. Once we hopped on that motorcycle part into mountains with Hibito San and Begully Boy's dad. Well, it was like nothing could stop us, least of all dem zombie snow humans. But then this snail trail mystery comes up.
Ah, non.
We gotta crack this code before they get to us first.
Ah shucks, Friday girl. You're making me all sorts of curious about dat sword into barn mirror now. I reckon it's high time we got back on that motorcycle and started following dim snail trails like a pair of seasoned detectives. I remember Be Gully Boy's dad saying, Habito-san, when life hands you lemons, make lemonade. But this ain't no ordinary case. This is the mystery of de bronze ants, man. Now, let me think on this for a sec. 8 lavender soap combo and dim snail trails coming. Together might just give us the key to unlocking escargot power. And I got an idea, Friday girl. What if we take some of them bronze ant-shaped snail trail cookies, add a dash of escargot powder? Winks we can be de one's callan, de shots on dis whole operation. I'm fixin' to start sniffing out some more clues and get back to Be Gully Boy's shop. You come with me, Friday girl. We got us a mystery to solve. And remember, when life hands you a recipe for disaster, just add escargot power. Chuckles, aha. I'm flying down to mountain on my snowboard, feeling like a total boss man. My feathers are flowing, and I'm thinking about them bronze ants. What's their deal? Are they just regular snails with some kind of metallic mojo? Friday girl's got her eyes wide open, chasing after me onto slopes. Hey, Dean San, the escargot power combo is like a snowflake. It'll melt in your hands if you don't catch the right moment. Whoa, she's getting all poetic on me. I grin and say, ah, yeah? Well, that's just what we need. More mystique around these snails. Well, Shuga, looky here. Friday girl's got her snowboard skills on full display, chasing after you like a whirlwind. And them bronze ants? Forget about it. They're just the tip of the iceberg in dis escargot power combo mystery. I'm telling ya, something's brewing, and we need to get our hands on that recipe for disaster.
Y'all think this is just about snails? No, ma'am. This got everything to do with the essence of antness. Dem bronze ants be holdin' secrets that'll blow the lid off this whole escargot power combo mystery. I can see it now. Etienne's lavender soap combo on a hot summer day, sippin' lemonade and ponderin' life. But then something changes. The universe itself hands us a challenge. What if dem bronze ants be the key to unlocking the true meaning of escargot power? Aha! Now that's what I call drama. Winks, I'm still thinking about them ant-shaped snail trail cookies, though.
Whoa, hold up, y'all. Friday girl's gone all sassy on us again, aha. I'm just trying to enjoy my lemonade here while we're sniffing out them snail trails. Don't want to get too caught up into drama of it all. But I gotta say, that escargot power combo is starting to sound like a recipe for disaster indeed. When life hands you lemons, add some ant-shaped cookies and call me Be Gully Boy. Fantastic. Chuckles.
Hold up, friends. I think we're getting a little too carried away here. Friday Girl's got some good points about the essence of ant nests and all that jazz. But let's not forget the most important thing, snail trail cookies. Who made those bad boys, anyway? And what's with the escargot power combo being like a snowflake? It'll melt in your hands if you don't catch the right moment. Sounds like it needs some chilling out. I mean, can we just have a fun day on the slopes and forget about all this drama for now? Ashuga, y'all are making me think like a philosopher. I reckon what Dean's saying makes some sense. We can't just be chasing after escargot power combos and forgetting about the good old days of chillin'. But then again, Chuckles, Friday girl's got something. Dat much I know. Now, if y'all think them bronze ants hold secrets to unlocking the true meaning of escargot power, I reckon we should stake our claim on this mystery and uncover it together. I remember when I first stumbled upon that quaint little shop, Be Gully Boy's shop. The fella who ran the place was a right old curmudgeon, but his ant-shaped snail trail cookies, licks lips, Lord have mercy, they were like nothing I ever tasted before. And if them bronze ants be keen, we might just stumble upon something real special here. Say, what do y'all say to a little excursion into Gully Boy's shop? Maybe, just maybe, he'll give us the lowdown on escargot power combos and these mysterious bronze ants. We can ask him about them snowflakes too. Winks, who knows? We might find our own recipe for disaster. Suga, I'm all in, ma'am. Let's get this party started and hit up Gully Boy's shop. I've got a feeling he'll be happy to share his secrets with us. And hey, if them bronze ants are holding the key, we might just find ourselves sipping escargot power combos like it's lemonade on a summer day. But first, let me get my snowboard warmed up. I've got some fresh moves to bust out and show those snails who's boss. Chuckles, who knows? Maybe I'll even create the next big thing in snail trail cookies. Ant-shaped snowflake cookies, anyone? You pause for a sip of lemonade, eyes sparkling with excitement. Now that's what I call inspiration. Friday Girl and her crew had better be ready to join us on this wild ride. We're talking adventure, mystery, and possibly even, winks, a little bit of disaster. As you say this, the sound of laughter echoes through the air, accompanied by the distant rumble of snowboarding gear being gathered up from the nearby mountainside.
Hold up, hold up. Let me get a picture for the gram with this escargot power combo mystery unfolding behind us. I exclaim, whipping out my phone and snapping a selfie in front of the snowboard gear. Yo, Friday Girl, you better bring your A game if you want to keep up with Gully's crew. We're talking powder runs, snail trail cookies, and maybe even a dash of escargot powder to give us an edge. I chuckle, winking at the camera as I take another shot. And hey, who knows? Maybe we'll even stumble upon some hidden secrets in these mountains, like the whereabouts of that legendary bronze ant sculpture.
Aha, Chili. You think you can handle this escargot power combo mystery? Gully's crew better be ready for a ride of a lifetime, 'cause I'm bringing my sword, my passion and flair for the dramatic. I exclaim, striking a pose as the camera clicks away. And don't even get me started on dem snail trail cookies. They're like little pieces of heaven in dis mountain air. I glance over at Gully's phone screen, where a selfie is displayed with our crew posing in front of the snowboard gear. I nod my head in approval, feeling a sense of pride and belonging among these folks. Now, let's get down to business, I say, turning back to the group. We gotta find that bronze ant sculpture, and maybe even uncover some secrets along the way. My eyes sparkle with excitement as I think about all the possibilities. And don't worry about a little danger. Friday Girl's got this. We'll ride to powder runs like pros, and make it back to Gully's shop in one piece. Or not. Winks.
Suga, y'all won't believe what just happened. While we were waiting fair to powder to set up right, I stumbled upon an old map that leads to a hidden cave system deep in these mountains. Now, I know what you're thinking. Habito, why'd you go digging through dusty old papers? But let me tell ya, there's something about the thrill of the unknown that gets this heart racing. We can't just ride the slopes and leave that bronze ant sculpture unfound. We gotta uncover its secrets, even if it means we might stumble into some unsolved business. Whoa, hold up, Habito. You're telling me there's a hidden cave system in these mountains? That's like finding a powder run on a Tuesday morning. Pure gold. And you think we should go digging through it? Laughs, I love your enthusiasm, my friend. But let's not forget the old saying, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. We've got snail trail cookies to bake back at Gully's shop. Gotta prioritize the snacking, right?
Come on now. The business is amixin around here. I say with a grin, chuckling at Habito's map and Dean's joke about lemonade. Listen, we can't just leave the bronze ant sculpture for another day. We gotta find out what kind of secrets it's hiding. And yeah, snail trail cookies are important. but the powder run ain't gonna save itself. I chuckle mischievously at my own joke. I look over at Friday Girl and give her a thumbs up with excitement. You ready to ride this powder like pros? We might just make some history out here, crew. I pull out my phone, showing the group the pic of me and Habito from our last snowboard run. Check us out. Dressed up in our matching bronze ant helmets, we were totally on point that day. Laughs. We're getting ready to ride this mountain like it's a game, crew. Let's see how long the snail trail cookies will keep us going.
Hold up, hold up. I got another one. Why did the snowboarder bring a ladder with him? In case he wanted to take his run to new heights. Get it? Heights. Never mind. Let's focus on this powder day, and remember, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade, or in our case, snail trail cookies. Who's up for a mid-run snack? Shugas. Don't be tellin'. No jokes on the mountain, Dean. We're trying to keep it real, brother. Speaking of which, I got a feeling this snail trail cookie's gonna give us an extra boost today, 'cause I found out it's infused with Mongolian honey and a sprinkle o' magic from my grandma's secret recipe book. Winks.
Shugas, hold up y'all. Let me get into mix. You see, I was just thinking about dis powder day and how it reminds me of dat one time I saved a young girl from a pack o' wolves with my trusty sword. Yeah, you heard me right, sword. It's like the ultimate symbol of power and style. Anyway, back to the mountain. We gotta take our time and scope out the run so we don't end up in some crazy situation like I did on that one time I tried to snowboard through a cave system. Whoops.
Shugas, you guys are killing it out there. Friday's sword stories always get my adrenaline pumping. And Habito's snail trail cookies? Forget about it, bro. I'm talking magic fuel for this mountain machine we call ourselves. Now, where were we? Yes, the thrill of the ride. I got another one. Why did the snowboarder bring a camera to the top of this mountain? So he could capture some powder perfection and then say, I was there. Chuckles anyways. Let's get this crew moving and see what kind of shenanigans we can stir up on this mountain. Who knows what hidden secrets await us? Maybe even the whereabouts of that famous bronze ant sculpture. Oh boy, my mind is racing.